Welcome to a Fables a Day, in which the Archivist reviews an issue of Fables a Day up till the final issue, where he will undoubtedly cry like a baby. And there's no restraint on spoilers, so if that's a problem for you, well then go read the series and then come back. On with the show! Fables number 141, Remembrance Day, Chapter 1 of Happily Ever After, in which sides are chosen and a mongrel comes to light. So, who here remembers the Boxers? You know, those people who boxed up all the super bad things during Geppetto's empire? Well, all those boxes on the same day are now opened, freeing all of the baddest things. But not to worry, they're all apparently being transferred to a different container, Rose Red herself. But she seems better than okay after it, so that's something. Meanwhile, the 13th floor witches are talking about how it is Remembrance Day, but Progress has made it a moot point to celebrate going back to the homelands when they can leave whenever they want, before they start talking about new candidates for the 13th floor. Lumi, the Snow Queen, is willing, but Ozma feels she'll try to be the boss. They also talk about the witch-turned-car Cadion. Lake, however, is their best candidate. However, she is still drunk in the bar. Meanwhile, Grimble, who's still trapped in Blue Jay form, lands on Cinderella's finger, making Cindy quite intrigued because he's not acting like a regular Mundy bird, but can't speak the language like a fable bird. Back with the witches, apparently the business office is back, though no one has been able to find out which door it is in the castle yet. And Ozma holds up a newspaper, fearing Big B Wolf is back, by a headline about a savage beast killer being on the loose. Medea the Black Cat goes to Wolf Manor, where she gives the lowdown about how the 13th floor is all but siding with Rose, save for her, who wants to become a real player, so she wants to side with Snow. But even more so, Snow's been a fantastic leader for Fabletown, and it's placing a good bet because Snow's won a lot of wars. Later in the big city, around dusk, two officers respond down a dark alley, where they find human remains and the mongrel Bigby, in a shattered version of his Wolfman self. The final page of this, however, is the last Flycatcher story, where his son asks him and Red Riding Hood who will inherit Haven. Fly shrugs, not planning on dying soon. The end. I'm really intrigued about all the evils now being contained in Rose Red. Maybe it's a matter of how strong she is and having a pure enough heart to use them for a second chance at non-evil, but I don't know. And the 13th floor witches get us caught up on modern happenings while they bolster their own ranks. Plus, Snow finally comes to grips with the fact that there's a war coming between the two sisters. But what really gets me is Bigby being a mongrel monster. I mean, I get that he's just come back, but I assumed that Lay would have control over him, so it's sort of weird that he's just eating people randomly on the streets. But all of these are just things to grip for the next issue. And my final thought on this issue is that I like the fact that they added the last Flycatcher story, showing that Flycatcher gets a very happy ending in this series, having a family with Red Riding Hood and not a care in the world. It's nice to see that after all he's been through, sort of like the ending to Buffkin's tale, just sums up great in one full page spread. So let's see where all this leads. Tomorrow.